had some free time this afternoon, so I asked you guys on my Facebook page if there were any questions you wanted to ask me about myself or Japan or just whatever. I haven't done many of these Q&A videos, so I get lots of YouTube emails that I don't have time to reply to. So hopefully I can answer some of those questions in this video. What is your favorite Japanese snack of all time? This is very difficult. There are so many good ones to choose from, but my absolute favorite would probably be Black Thunder. What's your favorite Pokemon? This is always so hard to choose too. I really like Raichu. I like Paris, which is a really weird choice. I'm sure you're all thinking. I just really like its voice, I think. I think it's really cute. Where's your favorite place to eat in Tokyo? I went to a really delicious vegan place the other day, actually. I think it was called Journey in English. The rest of the name is really weird. I will put it right here because I can't remember what it was called. But that place was so yummy. Even if you're not vegan, I think you would love it. I had a hayashi rice dish, which is kind of like a stew, I guess, with rice. And their pancakes were so good. They had like a cream and a fruit topping. Oh, it was so yummy. Which city in Japan do you like the most and why? I used to live up in northern Japan in a city called Morioka. It's in Iwate Prefecture. I really liked it there. I think the main reason is because it's very similar to my hometown, Victoria, in Canada. Lots of nature, a little bit cooler weather than you'll find in Tokyo since it's pretty far up north. And less people, definitely less crowded, but it wasn't like a super countryside town. It was kind of a nice balance between city and countryside. I'm gonna have to say, so far, my favorite place would probably be Morioka. Other than the Kanto region, where do you want to take a trip to in Japan? Well, actually, I have never been off of the main island of Honshu, so I would love to visit Hokkaido or Shikoku or Kyushu. Anywhere, actually. I've done lots of traveling all up and down the main island, but yeah, I haven't been off of it, so I would definitely love to visit any of the other islands. I think that would be really cool. Hi Sharla, what is your favorite thing about living in Japan and why? This is really hard to pick just one. I'm just gonna say the first thing that comes to my head. I really like how people in Japan kind of just let you do your own thing. So if you're walking down the street, you won't get lots of people yelling at you or coming up and talking to you unless they want to practice their English. I do get that sometimes, but what I mean is kind of like in Canada, I'll walk down the street here and I'll have guys yelling something at me, or if you're sitting at the bus stop, strangers will start talking to you, and sometimes that's cool. Like sometimes, you know, you're in the mood to talk to people, but other times you kind of just like want to be by yourself and you don't want to, you know, you're not in the mood to talk with random people, and that doesn't happen often in Japan, so I really like that. It's always very people just mind their own business and they let you do your own thing, and I just feel a lot more comfortable going outside in Japan because I know that many people won't bother me. What is your favorite Japanese store? I'm assuming they're meaning like clothes for shopping. In that case, I would say probably Spins or Wego. I can't choose one. They're very similar. They're both in Harajuku. They have very like cute street fashion, and I just love both of them. Do you plan to stay in Japan for as long as you can? Also, what sparked your wish to study and get into the Japanese world? Would be interesting to hear. That's I do plan on staying in Japan for a while. I don't know how long that will be. I'm pretty random. If all of a sudden I feel like moving to another country one day, I will do that. So I can't really decide on my long-term plans yet. At the moment, I'm really enjoying living in Japan. I have a job, which I will talk about in the future. I want to make like a proper video about it. But long-term wise, I'm not sure yet. And what sparked my wish to study and get into the Japanese world? I first started studying Japanese when I was, I think, 13. I think I mentioned this in a really crappy video that I made a long time ago about like how I started studying Japanese and stuff, but that video like sucks. I don't even want you guys to go watch it, so I will say it again. But in Canada, you have to choose a third language, I guess it is. We study French. It's mandatory to study French up until grade 8. And then in grade 9, you can choose another language to study. You can either continue on with your French or you can choose another one. And I thought I already have like a basis of French down, so I'll move on to another one. And we had, I think, Russian, Spanish, Japanese, German? There might have been German. No, maybe not. Anyways, we had like 3 or 4 languages to choose from, and I just thought Japanese sounded cool. So I picked it randomly. And as I started studying it, I really fell in love with the culture, and the language was fun to learn. I wasn't much of a book studier, so I got pretty bad grades in my Japanese classes actually in high school, but I still really enjoyed the language, and I made lots of Japanese friends through like a Japanese club that we had at school, and I guess I just fell in love with the culture and the people, so that's why I stuck with it. Now this is an interesting one. Do you wear a mask like a lot of people in Japan do, like in flu season, etc.? I've never seen you in one. Well, the reason you haven't seen me in one is because if I wore one in my videos, you wouldn't be able to hear me talking because it really muffles your speech. But yes, I definitely do wear a mask. There are actually several different reasons that I would wear one. I wear one when I'm sick. I wear one when I'm going to like a crowded area, say like, if I'm gonna go to like maybe Shinjuku Eki and I'm gonna go shopping there all day, I might wear a mask just so that I don't catch a cold from someone. And I'll also sometimes wear a mask if I'm not wearing makeup. I know that's silly, but that's a thing in Japan. People will wear the masks if they don't have time to do their makeup in the morning and they feel awkward out in public without makeup, which I do because lots of people look at me because I'm different looking. I have blonde hair now, which makes me stand out even a little more than I used to. So I feel very awkward when I'm out in public and I'm not like, I don't have all my makeup on, so sometimes I'll wear a mask for that. How do body mods go over in Japan? Do people look down on them or do people not really care? It really depends like what you're doing. If you work in the fashion scene, you can totally get away with having tons of piercings and tattoos and crazy hair colors. It wouldn't matter at all. You see lots of that when you go into like say Harajuku or even areas in Shibuya. It depends what you're doing. Like if some of the store workers will have tons of piercings and tattoos, and it doesn't matter because that's fine for their job. But in general, yes, they do look down on piercings, which is why I don't have mine anymore. I used to have 3 in each ear. Ear piercings aren't like looked down on at all here actually, so don't worry if you have tons of ear piercings, that should be fine, but I ended up taking those out anyways. I had my tragus and my nose and my lip, and yes, I took them all out because I wanted to get jobs in Japan, and it's really hard to do that when you have piercings. It just really limits your choice of jobs, so that is why I took those out. I find that really sad because I love piercings and I really want them back. My job now is very, how can I say it, not Japanese. They don't really care what I look like, what I wear, and I don't think they would mind if I had piercings, so maybe I will put them back in the future.